Good evening, ladies and
On the
gentlemen.
12th of September 1977, a young anti-apartheid activist and the brains behind the Black Consciousness movement, Stephen Bantu Biko, was murdered. He died at a time where his ideals of black consciousness were beginning to inspire black people to act against their oppression, presenting a real threat to the apartheid government. Decades later, those men fingered in the murder of Biko were not prosecuted, prompting a question of whether the legal order is complicit in his murder.
When the TRC decided that the 5 men who applied for amnesty would be denied, that imposed a duty on the state to prosecute the failed applicants. Are they now dead? Can they be prosecuted? If they are dead, obviously they cannot be prosecuted. But that is not where it ends. Why were they not prosecuted when they were still alive? This is also another layer of complicity by the legal system, the current legal system, to avoid doing the right thing, which is to bring perpetrators of murder to justice.
Ngcukaitobi, in his reflection on accountability through the lens of the case of Biko, contends that the failure to prosecute those who did not get amnesty disrespects the Constitution and brings about contempt for the law. Despite Biko's death, the black consciousness philosophy and spirit of black pride still lives with questions for South Africa's constitutional democracy, which today is plagued by many challenges.
Granted, our country is crisis-ridden from multiple fronts: racial inequality, crime which disproportionately affects black people, capitalism and accumulation which favors whites at the expense of blacks, its progenies of racism and starvation, apartheid tentacles which stubbornly refuse to disentangle, and deep-seated levels of poverty. Biko is still with us, still asking us, what are we going to do to continue the unfinished struggle for the emancipation of black people? It is difficult to answer these questions.
Ngcukaitobi says the root of Biko's philosophy is not that we should think like him, but that we should think for ourselves, that the people as a whole are their own liberators.
But he does demand that we should be better than ourselves, that we should fight for ideals and ideas that transcend us, that we should be impatient with injustice, but above all, that we should at least try to make the world a better place.
Kani Mapanga, SABC News,
Thank you very much.
Gqeberha.
So we're going to be addressing the